I'd just like to offer a big shout out to Touchdown Digital, the sponsor of this week's video. Well, hello and welcome back to another vlog. Today I want to talk to you about a couple of things which I think is very, very important for our photography. And as photographers, I believe we should be doing this. Now, these two subjects are pretty important to me. I've been doing this for many, many years, and I would like to see if you do it as well. If you don't, I might offer a suggestion that you probably do what I'm about to speak to you about. And that is having a photography project or projects planned and goal setting. Now, these two things go hand in hand, obviously. You have a photography project which you want to do, and your goal is to achieve that. But there's more to it than just that. But first up, we'll talk about photography projects. Now, what are they? Well, photography projects or project is a series of photographs virtually of the same scene or of the same area. It's not a mixture of photos or images. It's, say for argument's sake, you want to photograph waterfalls. So you photograph a series of waterfalls and you set yourself a time frame as to when you start that project and when you finish it. So basically that project encompasses just waterfalls. For me, for 2023, my two photography projects are more rainforest and waterfall photography, and that's going to cover a vast array. I'll have to be doing a lot of travelling to do this, up the north coast of New South Wales, inland around the Coffs Harbour area, back down through to Gloucester, around the Barrington Tops area, chasing waterfalls and rainforest environments. And the other one is more sunrise as well as more sunset photography. Now, sunrises for me have to be on the coast, so I'll be travelling up and down the coast as well as inland chasing sunsets. So they're my two photography projects, and they will go for approximately 3 months each. So that'll get me through to 3/4 of 2023. Now, that's all I'll be doing. I'll be focusing on waterfalls and rainforest photography, which is quite challenging. I'm going to do a rainforest video in the next couple of days. There's a nice little rainforest situation not far from where I live, so I'm going to drive. I've got to drive over there, and haven't been there for some time. But that's one of the projects that I'll be doing is rainforest photography as well as waterfalls. And my goals, well, my goals are to complete these photography projects. Plus, I do have other photography goals, which I really suggest that you have that as well. To have photography goals, it gives you something to sort of like throw the dart at. You're trying to hit the bullseye. So photography goals are super important. As I said, my goals are to finish these projects, but also to teach more photography. I love teaching people this great pastime. Whether you do it, for fun or for a hobby, or you do it to sell a few images and make a few dollars on the side, or you're getting into the professional ranks, I can help you there as well. So photography goals for me are also teaching people photography, especially landscape photography, and everything internally of the landscape photography. Also to speaking more at camera clubs throughout 2023. I do that quite regularly, but I will be doing a lot more of those in 2023. So that's another goal that I've set myself, is to make contact with other various camera clubs and be able to present to their members on landscape photography on various subjects. So they're my goals for 2023. So I believe goals are very important to set, as well as photography projects. With your projects, they could be anything pertaining to your photography. But this basically is a landscape photography channel, so maybe you should have a project in mind which I'd like to hear about. Put your projects or your thoughts of your projects and your goals in the description box below in the comment box, and I'd like to hear or read what your photography projects are for 2023 and what your goals are. Another goal of mine is to really encompass wide angle close foreground photography. I just absolutely love doing this, and even though ultra wide angle lenses aren't for people that are just beginning their landscape photography journey, because they do take a bit of getting used to, they're not really the first lens I suggest you buy either, but I will be doing more of that, especially in the rainforest and the waterfall environment in the photography projects that I've got planned for 2023. So that's another goal of mine. So I'm a firm believer in setting goals. As I said, it's nice to get out of bed and know exactly what I've got to try and achieve. And with photography projects, they're very good as well. There's nothing worse than getting, say, to a Friday, if you can only go out once a week, say, which is usually a weekend for most people, either a Saturday or a Sunday. Some of them don't have the luxury that I have. I can shoot any time of the week. But if you can only go out on a Saturday, or a Sunday, just once a week, there's nothing worse than getting to Friday and you're thinking to yourself, or you have your work colleagues say, well, you're going out with your camera this weekend, where are you going? And you don't know where you're going. You're behind the 8 ball straight away. You need to plan and put a photography project into that plan. So when you finish work on a Friday, you know exactly where you're going on the weekend with your camera. You know exactly what you've got to do. You know exactly where you're going, what to photograph and how to photograph it. So having doing goal setting and having a pre-plan with a photography project, I can guarantee you, I can give you a gold-plated guarantee, if you just do those two things, you will improve your photography. Absolutely. I know through the talks that I give at photography clubs and groups that a lot of people don't print their images. They leave them on their SD card, in Lightroom catalog, or on the computer on a hard drive. But not many people print their images. Maybe you should make that one of your goals, to print more of your images. That's another way of improving your photography. Not going out and buying a brand new whiz-bang camera and lens is not going to improve your photography. It just won't, unless you've got everything else down pat. So having photography projects and goals within your photography, I can guarantee you, as I said it just a minute ago, it will help you greatly to know exactly where you're going, what you're photographing, and so on. So when it comes to the end of the week, you know what you're doing, you know where you're going, you know what you've got to do. So photography projects, I think, are fantastic. It could be anything to do with landscape photography. For me, as I said, it's waterfall and rainforest photography, and as well as sunrise and sunset photography. That's my photography projects for the rest of 2023, and also my goals are to achieve that, plus to talk more and teach more via this channel on YouTube or at photography camera clubs. And that's my goals. So what are your goals and what are your photography projects? Put them in the comment box below. I'd like to know what you've got planned. If you need help, just reach out. There's plenty of ways you can contact me, and I'm only too pleased to help you with your planning or your photography project planning, and even goal setting. Let me know. I'm only too pleased to help. So I just thought I'd put that quick video out today. And as I said, love to know what your thoughts are on these two very important subjects. So that's it for another episode of Sniper Photography. My name's Glenn Samuel. Thank you for watching. And as I always say, be nice to yourself, family and friends. But most of all, you keep shooting, keep smiling. Bye for now.